Welcome back, students. Master Spleen in the building. It's time in this new video to focus on the upcoming event that will start tomorrow and that will last until the 21st of November, dedicated to the release of Diamond and Pearl video games. So it's going to be interesting, and while we really thought that it will focus around Dialga and Palkia, they decided to focus that around Cresselia. Yeah, look out for the logic at Niantic sometimes. What are the main highlights of this event? First, quite a nice bonus that will be related to egg hatching, be with let's say 1/3 for super incubators and let's say one half the kilometers for the regular incubators. So for example, if you want to hatch 12 kilometer eggs, 12 kilometer egg, it will cost you will need only 6 kilometers or only 4 kilometers. So that's quite a nice bonus, especially for those, let's say, if you stacked some eggs during this rocket takeover. It could be interesting to go and to walk a bit and to hatch them throughout this event. You will find, as usual, an infography made by Legend. Shout out to them, with the main Pokemons that will be present in the wild during the event, in raids, in the egg pool, and last but not least, as part of the research task. Legendary for this event, it's going to be Cresselia, and Cresselia with the legacy move Grass Knot. So that's quite harsh to have some, so it's going to be quite interesting. I mean, even though it's hard to have one from raid that you pull it into the Great League, so maybe it's more going to be a focus on the Ultra League there. Let's see what you should focus on as part of this event. And as you can see, I mean, there are not some super meta relevant mons in this event, but there are a bunch of things that are quite interesting for PvP. Let's start from the bottom and we will go up in the infography. But for research task, you will have the Burmese that are always interesting, especially now that you can build XL Wormadam Trash. I think it's quite interesting to try to farm some XL candies by doing some tasks and then distance trading. And same for Shieldon. I mean, it's hard to gather the XL, so it's going to be quite nice either to raid it, 1-star raid, or to do the tasks if you are still looking at if you still needed some XLs about that. I think it's a good opportunity for raids. Frankly, the red pool for this event is going to be quite interesting for PvP players. What stands out, obviously, I discussed about it, is the crest with the Grass Knot. It's going to be interesting. If you are, for example, playing a lot in Ultra League, that could be interesting to have one with Grass Knot, one with Future Sight. So it's interesting to gather some Grass Knot crest. Other mons that are going to be interesting for XL purposes, that's going to be Toxicroak and Drapion. Toxicroak and Drapion, they have play in Sylph, in the Great League, in Ultra League. In Ultra League, you can for Drapion, you need some XLs to use it. For Toxicroak, you could go with the Undo, or you could go with the XL. They have slightly different matchups, but yeah, it's up to you then to decide which matchups you want to favor on that. Keep in mind with Drapion and Toxicroak that even if you catch them from raids at level 20, so not the weather boosted one, you could use them in Great League by trading them. And that, for example, if you trade them with like a real best friend, and you gather like a 5-15-15, that's amazing rank and you could directly use them. So other months that are going to be 1-star rate this time. I mean, for the 3 stars, I forgot about Galate. Galate from rates, you can only use it in the Ultra League, and once again I will advise to you to trade them to try to look for better PvP IVs. When it comes to the other ones, it's going to be Bronzor. Bronzor has like some play in the Little Cup. We are not talking about the Little Cup. In Sylph, in Great League and in Neutral League, you need some XL, so you could as well, of course, raid them and distance trade to gather some XLs. Drifloon as well is quite interesting as Driftblim or as the Drifloon directly as a spicy pick. There you need a fully XL one and the Undo. I think it's the best choice. But Driftblim for Ultra, for Great, it's a great pick, and we already talk about Shieldon as it's a good as well, good opportunity not to grab, let's say, ideal PvP IVs to build the XL Bastiodon, but to grab some XL candies in order to have to walk your Bastiodon. Let's move to the egg pool, and therefore the egg pool, let's say, maybe not the most interesting part if we are talking about PvP, but some nice things, maybe more to gather XL. So I mean, gather XL for the Great League Barnsley or for Ultra League Sudowoodo. It could be interesting to gather XL for your Great League Chansey. It's interesting, and to gather maybe XLs for some spicy Roserade in the Master League. Obviously, Lucario and Riolu have some play in some Sylph metas, so it could be interesting. You can have one that it's Great League eligible directly from Hatch. Even if I will as well advise you to try to trade them. Riolu as well as some play in the Ultra League, and in Master League that's definitely a spice pick. When it comes to Bedu, Bedu from eggs cannot be used in the Great League or in Sylph then, but you could use it in Ultra League. Keep in mind that I think it's better, in my opinion, with the Legacy moves, or with the Bullet Seed and the Weather Ball one. But we should have the Community Day recap quite soon, so it could be a great way for you to have one and then to evolve it during the December recap Community Day. And last but not least, Pokemons that are going to be available in the wild. So frankly here, I'm not going to lie, I mean, most of the mons that are going to be featured in the event are not the most meta mons. 3 months that really stand out to me, and I highlighted them in the Great League part. It's going to be Seal, it's going to be Stanky, and it's going to be Sphere. So those 3 months are, in my opinion, the most interesting one for PvP. Seal and Dugong, you need a double legacy one, but it's quite interesting if you can look at some great IVs if you are still lacking one, and then you can use your elite TMs. For the skunk tank as well, it's very interesting ones, especially since the poison buff. And here I think it's interesting to use the event both to find like one good for the Great League, and as well to try to gather some XL for Ultra League 1. And when it comes to Sphere, Celio is really amazing mon, especially in restricted metas. So if you don't have a good PvP IV1, that should be one of the mons you should focus on. Then when it comes to Ultra League, stand out for me is maybe if you don't have a Caesar, it's going to be interesting to try to focus on that. And another last thing will be really on the Slowpoke, but I think it's a great opportunity to, if you are still lacking some XLs. I mean, Slowpoke as itself, or the Galarian Slowpoke, are really nice spice picks in the Great League, and Slowbro is really as well interesting in the Ultra League. So to sum up, what are going to be the main conclusion and the main advice from our side towards this event? First of all, you should take advantage of the egg hatch distance bonus. That's the first thing. Then, as usual, you look at all the mons that are going to be available, and you should focus on the one you still need to build. I mean, this is always the advice I'm going to tell to the people. Keep one of each species, because you never know. They are always one update away, moveset update away from being relevant or being top meta in a self meta. And if you don't have them, if you cannot build them because you don't kept one, that sucks. So try that. And last advice would be to really target as well the mons you will need Excel, like we were saying about Bonsley, we were talking about Slowpoke, so those kind of things. I do hope you liked that video. Don't forget to comment, to subscribe, and to follow us. It really helps us. If you want as well to even more, to help even more, as we have a Patreon, so the link is going to be in the description. So we offer coaching services, but we as well have like a tier if you really just want to support us. That would be appreciated, students. I see you soon.